Hey everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. Today I'm going to be showing you how to crochet these really cute lily pads. I have a couple different styles just by like the flower. This one's micro crochet, which I'll probably make a video for that. Just because it takes a while for me to do it, just because I have really shaky fingers because of my tremors. But I will be showing a different style of flower in this video that I've seen like other people do. I can't remember the name of the person who I got that idea from, but if I do find it, I will link it in the description. But anyways, enough of me yapping. Let's get going, baby. The yarn I'm going to be using is Loops and Threads. It's from Michaels. I've had to switch to Michaels because Rip Joanne's. This I think is basically the equivalent of their Big Twist, because in my store I haven't found any Big Twist yet. I think they're gonna get some soon, hopefully. But it's just a soft acrylic yarn. I'm too poor to afford literally anything else. I have some mohair yarn, but I think that is still acrylic as well. So I'm using a 5mm crochet hook. That's what it says to use here, which will cause less curling. I mean, sometimes you get curling, but you can easily fix that with like a steam thingy. What are do you just call those a steamer? I don't know. Or running it under hot water and pressing it. Blocking fixes pretty much everything that, you know, I've learned. I've just realized my camera has been crooked this entire time. Now that it's kind of straight and you can kind of see me, we're gonna get started. So first you're gonna make a magic circle, and how I make my magic circles is I take 2 fingers, tuck this little tail under my thumb, wrap it around here, so you see that, and then I put that under, and then I grab, and then I twist. Some people like to just grab that right away. I don't have the dexterity to do that, so I take it off my hook and then chain one. I find it easier to do that. You don't have to. Do whatever you want. If you want to do the chain 2 method, which honestly I find diabolical, but if you're one of those, go for it. I'm not gonna judge. Alright, and then we're gonna chain 2 more after that first chain, so total of 3. And I don't count my chains as a stitch just because they bother me, and I don't like, you know, crocheting into stitches or like chains. It just drives me nuts. So after you chain 3, you're gonna make 12 double crochets inside this magic ring. So to do a double crochet, you're gonna woof. I'm gonna do that again this way. You're gonna woof underneath. Then you're gonna stab it through the circle. Then you're gonna pull up that loop, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, and then pull through those last 2 loops. And there you go. You got a double crochet. You slayed that. I can't see you, but you totally slayed that. I know you did. So we're gonna do 12 more of those. Actually, no, 11 more of those. I lied to you. I'm sorry, because you already just did one. Because you're really cool like that. We'll be back. Alright, so now that you have... Huh? Alright, so now that you have 12 double crochets in your little ring, you're gonna yank, well don't yank, you're just gonna pull it nice and tight, nice and snug, so that it's closed. Now you have a little circle. So what you're gonna do is make a slip stitch into that first double crochet. So, to make a slip stitch, you're just gonna go right underneath. Oh, you're gonna go right underneath, pull through, and then pull that yarn just straight through that loop. Boom, slip stitch. Again, I know y'all slayed that. I know y'all slayed. So then you're gonna chain 2, JK chain 3. I don't know my own pattern. And then we're gonna do a double crochet increase, so you'll have 24 double crochets on that circle. So what you're gonna do, again, this is not This is not a stitch. If you want to count it as a stitch, whatever, but it's not. It's not. So you're gonna make 2 double crochets into that stitch you just put a slip stitch into, and that's your first increase. And you're gonna repeat that by putting 2 double crochets into each stitch around until you make 24. Got it? Get it? Got it? Good. All right? I'll see you later. All right, once you have 24, you're gonna close it the same way. So you're gonna put your hook under that first double crochet, yarn over, pull that yarn through, and then pull through that same loop. Now you have 24. See, mine's a little crooked right now. It's a little warped, but you know what? We're gonna fix that with a snipper later. Little hack. A little nice hack. All right, so for the next row, we're gonna chain 3 again. You're gonna double crochet 1 inside that same stitch, and that's just gonna count as 1 double crochet. And then to do a 3rd increase, or I suppose it's a 2nd increase, whatever way you want to look at it, you're going to put 2 double crochets in the next stitch, and then in the stitch after that you are just going to put in 1. And if you can see the pattern, you're going to put 2 in the next, 1 in the next, 2 in the next, 1 in the next. So pretty simple, pretty easy. I don't know what 24 times 2 is. It's 48. We'll have 48 stitches at the end of this round. I will see you then. Alright, so now that you've got your 48 stitches, is that what I said? Is that 24 times 2? I don't know, I didn't do good in math. I'm an art major. Alright, so now that you completed this round and you have 48 all the way around, you're not going to close it because we want to create this little divot that you see in Lilypads. So what you're going to do, you're going to chain 1 and turn your work.
I got it. Turn the wigs around. What? No, really, come on.
And then in this double crochet, that first one right there, you're going to make a single crochet. Bam, boom, bam, bam, boom, boom. That's all you do. And then you're going to make a single crochet in each of the stitches all the way around. That's it. That's all you do. And I will say, when you get to this one, this will now count as a stitch, just because it does look kind of funky if you leave it. I low-key just burped. So I will show you what I do for that when I finish this. Alright, now that I'm at the end of this, you can kind of see that looks a little wonky and not straight. So what you're gonna do is just single crochet, go underneath that, and ba-bam, bada bing, bada boom. That's all you gotta do. And then you're gonna chain 1, tight, 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 and then you're gonna cut that shit. Low-key cannot find my tapestry needle. They're so small, and my object permanence is that of a child. But just sew those in, make it look prettier than mine. I'll find it eventually. But now we're gonna make the flower. Woo! You can use any color you want. I like to use like a lighter pink or like a white, just because that's usually the color of a lotus flower. So I'm gonna be using this loops and threads. I don't know what color it is in. It's called Blush Rosé. Cool. That's what we're gonna be using. And we're still going to be using a 5mm hook. So, what you can make another magic ring. Whoosh. Ba-bam. You're going to chain 1. And you're going to make 6 single crochets into the loop. Close that a little tighter if you need be. 3, 4, 5, and 6. So you're gonna have 6 on your hook. Wait, that might be 5 low-key. Ignore it. Ignore it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6. Close that magic ring. Go into the first single crochet you made and make a slip stitch. And close that little ring. Close that little circle. And then you're gonna chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And slip stitch into the next single crochet. And then chain 3 again. 1, 2, 3. Slip stitch into the next single crochet. Chain 3 again. 1, 2, 3. And then into the next single crochet you go. Pissing me off. 1, 2, 3. Single crochet, slip stitch. 1, 2, 3. Slip stitch into that single crochet. 1, 2, 3, and then slip stitch. Error. DJ, it's the remix. And then one final single crochet because I said so, because honestly it looks funky if you don't. So you're gonna have a total of 7 of these little petals. If you want 6, that's fine. I chose to do 7 because it looked better. I don't normally do this flower, so I'm kind of like doing it on a whim. And then you're gonna chain 1, tighten, and then snip that shit. Snip that shit. And then yahoo! I like to keep these pretty long because this is how I like to use these tails to sew in, and I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So now that you have your lily pad and your flower, you're gonna slap that shit on there. But how, you may ask? Well, I'm gonna tell you. Normally I do this with a tapestry needle. Whoa, lighting change. But as you may recall, I couldn't find mine. So we improvise, and you grab your crochet hook or your tapestry needle and you pull that shit through and get in the back and take the other one. Do the same thing. Make sure it's not in the same spot, otherwise you're tying it to literally nothing. FYI. Grab it, pull it back, kind of like situation it where you want it to be. I'm just realizing this flower is almost comically big for the lily pad, but also I think it's kind of cute. And then you're gonna tie it. I like to do a square knot, just because it's one of the stronger knots. And it's a fairly easy knot, you know, nothing fancy. We don't have time for that here. And then you just tie that shit. And then, again, if I had a tapestry needle, I would, sew in the ends, but, I can't find it. So, technically, after you sew all this in, you're done. You've made a lily pad coaster. How does it feel to be absolutely awesome? Feels pretty good, huh? I know I feel pretty good. Anyways, I will see you all in the next video, and if you want a tutorial on the micro crochet flower, comment it down below, or maybe I'll just do it. Bye bye!